Hi guys, hi ladies, and welcome. Yeah, we are in the shack. We've not been in the shack for a while, but tonight we're in the shack. We're in the shack. Come and join me, guys, and have some fun. Let me just get the YouTube on the phone sorted. I need to get the YouTube video sorted out. Twitch account. Vintage Radio Shack. There we go, we're live. Right, we've got one in, that's probably me. Right, good evening guys, and what we're going to do tonight, we're going to have a look around. Where's the microphone for the 2 metre? There it is. There's the microphone for the 2 metre and 70 centimetre. Right, what we're going to do tonight, guys. So we want to put this onto sideband. Let's put this onto SSB. Let's go to the other camera, because you don't need to see me now. Oh, it's already on there. Need to select it here. There we go. See if we can get that any better. Can we zoom in? Oh. Oops, hang on. Yeah, we can if we can get things right. If we can get it to work right, we can zoom in. Let's just turn that down. There you go. Right. Yeah, we're just trying to get things sort of better. Now, could we go up a bit? Oh, that needs to come down. This is a bit of a pain in the ass to get this sorted, because I've decided that this camera there you go. Right, we're a bit better there, aren't we? See, I'd like, there we go, that'll do us. Right, so we're on, last time I used the top one here, there's this little small Yaesu, we was listening to PMR. I don't think there's much on that. I'm in agony and all had a fall earlier. Well, we'll just leave that on there, bubbling away. And we've got the Yaesu, which is the big Yaesu, and we're going to start at 28 megs. There we go. We're at 28 megs. Now what we can do now, see how many's in. Hey, we got 3 in. Are you gonna say hello? So what we need is SSB. There we go. We're on USB. See what we can find. Let's go back and turn the big knob, the small knob. because that one will take us ages. It's a bit quicker, this one. Not much happening there, guys. Right, let's go back down. I don't go above there because my aerial's not resonant above there, so yeah, that's the 27 11 metre band. We don't want to use that. There's 555. We can monitor that for a minute. Don't think it's very active tonight. Just turn that one down a minute. Not much happening here, guys. There's not much happening, I'm afraid. Now that's a bit disappointing, isn't it? Not much happening. Yeah, we're not getting much here, guys. Looks a bit limp tonight. The band is a bit. I think the skip's a bit shit tonight. Bit on the crap side. Yeah, that's 28, mate. That's 19. I'll tell you, we'll put on 555. We'll monitor 555. Yeah, that's. Put it on triple nickel. We'll monitor triple nickel. There we go. Now let's have a look at this one here. Right, let's see what we've got. Got somebody on here.
I said to Tony, if he wants to play around with it, he can set it up at his house. But Tony is GF0 GSL. He didn't do much with it at all, so it came back my way, sat around a couple of years, and
We'll jump on here, guys.
and I just took the urge to try and get them going again. I just got out of speed, so I think, no, I'm okay. I'm trying to do too many things at once here. Dip the lights and change gear. Back to you.
Brake. Brake. Brake.
Hey.
Brake.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Could the brake station give their call sign, please, or?
Yeah, M6ANP, Alpha November Papa Mike, Papa Alpha Alpha November Papa, M6 3, M6. Sorry, I'm getting confused. I don't use it that often, guys. Name at this end is Andy. I'm in Stockport, and the call sign again is M6ANP.
Got M6 Alpha November Papa. This is Golf Mike 4 Whiskey Mike. Yes, okay, Andy. I wasn't sure. I haven't been on this system, but I'm thinking about the configurations, and it started to do some kind of announcement here in the weather, so I don't know where that came from. So I wasn't sure whether it blotted you out or not. Amy Stewart, QD8 is in the Orkney Islands. Yeah, okay, Ewan, that's all copied on your weather conditions, etc. Yeah, I think it's a bit of an aurora again tonight. The sky was looking a bit green. There was definitely an aurora last night, probably quite a weak one. But I did notice earlier there was quite a bit of green in the northern sky, so maybe have a wee check later if it stays clear and see if it gets a little bit better. So, yeah, I've got a few things to do in the configuration here. I think there's a few things that I might want to...
Hi, Karen. Hope you and Jeff are good.
Anyway, I'll pass it back to you, and you maybe want to speak to the other station there as well. MM0EIK, GM4 Whiskey Mike.
Yeah, I got you there, my friend. Yes, yeah, the weather conditions here are a bit naff, it has to be said. Yeah, the other station, are you copying M6ANP? Name is Andy in Stockport, over.
No, in this part of the world. But yeah, there's a. It's I've been messing around with my script, if that's what they call our image file, a wee bit this week in the evening, setting up some bits and pieces. I think the next thing I'll try is getting Echolink configured on the Node, just for something to play with, not for any particular reason. It might be nice to see how that works. But yeah, a part of me is thinking all the time that I'm going to absolutely ruin the thing and I'll be back to square one. But so far, it's been working. The little bits and pieces I've done, just simple stuff. I'm trying to get the DMS tones working so I could shut down and reboot the node. Thought that would have been useful. And there's some other wee bits and pieces. But so far, I've not killed the image, and it's still working. But I'm thinking I'm going to take it. I'm going to do something, and I'll be back to square one. But yeah, I'm glad it's still working at the moment. But yeah, I'll let Andy come in. Andy, name this side Ewan, Echo Uniform Alpha November, and I'm in the Shetland Islands. Over to Andy, over.
M6ANP returning. Yeah, I'm in Stockport, about 7 or 8 miles away from Manchester city centre. I am on YouTube. I do a YouTube live on a Friday. whereas I come on and I do a bit of radio. If you want to have a look, the name of the channel is The Vintage Radio Shack, and yeah, you know, we just come on a Friday, and we have a bit of fun with the radios. Sometimes I do something sometimes I have a repair in. I haven't got a repair tonight, so we're just doing a bit of monitoring, listening and gabbing. Over. M6ANP, back to you, my friend.
Yeah, Roger, Andy, that sounds great. Good on you for setting up the channel and promoting a wee bit of amateur radio. That sounds good. And yeah, well, if nothing's the call sign, I'll find you on QRZ.com and see if there's any links there to your channel. But yeah, looking forward to getting back to the house. It's about a half-hour drive from here back to the home QTH. I've been away at work all week, so quite looking forward to getting this boiler put off, taking my boots off, and maybe sitting with a wee beer and catching up with the news from the house. But I'll keep it moving around. I'll pass it over to Stuart in Orkney. Over.
Roger Dodger, got you there. Yeah, just before Stuart comes in, I'm on QRZ, but I've not visited it for about 10 years, so you won't find my YouTube channel on there. Over.
Yeah, no, I'm sure we'll bump into you at some stage on HubNet. Over.
Yeah, I've got you there. Over. Yeah, he's in the. Oh.
Golf Mike 4 Whiskey Mike Mike returning. Yeah, it's okay, that's fine from both. That's okay in the YouTube there. Andy, yeah, sounds good. I do have a look at some radio stuff on YouTube from time to time, so always trying to find out things. Always a good place to start. Right, yeah, I'm going to shut this. Well, I'm going to shut this. Disconnect from this. I'm going to get into the configuration. I just wanted to see if I can change a few things here. So we'll get cracked on with that. But yeah, we'll maybe catch you again. Even to see if I can. Well, I don't know anything set up in 2 months for LU at the moment, but I was in recently. But I'll maybe if there's a wee bit of a list, maybe get in one of these days again. Anyhow, I wish you all 7-3, and as I say, I'll go and see if I can make a few changes to this image thing here. MM0VIK mobile with M6ANP. This is GM4 Whiskey Mike Mike.
Yeah, GM4 Whiskey Mike got you there. Yeah, just before I go, I just, oh, pardon me, please excuse me. I just think it's good to promote the hobby because it is slowly dying, and it'd be nice to get more people interested. Anyway, I'll let you carry on. You take it easy, my friend, and 73s and 88s to your missus if you've got one. I'll catch you later, guys. M6ANP, clearing the frequency. Bye for now. Turn that down for a minute. There we go, guys. Let's put it back on the call channel. There you go. Oh, there you go. Yeah, and who we got in the chat? We've got the lovely Karen. Good evening, lovely Karen. And John Wild. MQ3 GE. Got you there, my friend, listening out live on your handheld. Yeah, we've not been on for a while. I've not been on for a while, and you know, let's just go back to me for a minute. Where's me mouse? Yeah, we've not been on for a while, But I thought I'd come on. There we go. Now you all know what I look like. Mind you, Karen knows what I look like. She's been here with her lovely husband, Jeff. They've been here before to my QTH. But yes, you know, we've not done any radio for a while because I've got a ton of work to get through. I'm still working. You've probably, those of you that go on the vintage audio repair channel, you've probably seen that I've done a bit more on Burn It Out Matthews radiogram. Last night we did a bit on there. And who's that? That's Charlie who? Well, let's have a look. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Charlie Tango 080 from Northern Ireland. Good evening, Charlie Tango 080. You are welcome. I think you're a newcomer, aren't you? If you've only just come tonight to have a look round, then subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. You know, just subscribe to it. It doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free. I will never ever ask for any kind of payment on the channel. All I do it for the fun of it, for the love of it, because I enjoy it. And, you know, that's all there is to it. Yeah, good evening, absolutely. Yeah. I always like to chat to my Irish viewers and my Scots viewers, because I've got quite a few. There's quite a few Irish and Scotsmen that do come in, and Scots ladies and Irish ladies as well. And you know, there's a few of you that come in. I think I've got quite a few subscribers from the Emerald Isle. Definitely, yes. And you've subscribed. Oh, nice one. Well, that's what we like, you see, because, you know, you have to pardon me, guys. I'm in pain. I am, you know, all up here, because I did what I did a few months ago. Fell asleep in my chair, and I fell out of my chair. And this time I didn't land on my bloody head. Luckily, landed on my freaking ribs. So I'm in a bit of pain, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, we were doing Burn It Out Matthews radiogram last night. Stuart Hunter, sorry. Hello, Stuart. Yeah, I think you're one of my Scots subscribers, aren't you? Yeah, one of my usual Scotsmen that comes in. Yeah, I'm sure you're a Scot, definitely. But yeah, we were doing Burn It Out Matthews radiogram. Because I've been having a bit of trouble with that, because there was so many dead parts in it, in the left-hand channel. But we've got all the parts replaced in it. This is really a radio. This is not really a shack video, not really a shack subject, but I may as well just update you. Yeah, we've got the parts replaced that I found that have blown. You know, we've found a lot of the parts that were blown. We replaced 4 transistors and 3 resistors, but there's also a lot of black Callin's capacitors in there, and I don't like them. I always find that they're way out of spec, so we're going to replace those. Well, we're in there, and then we'll put it back together and take it back into the workshop. We'll do it. Take it back into the workshop, put it back in its cabinet, plug it in, and see if it works. Yeah, you know, which I think it will. But I told him if it doesn't, I'm giving up. Yeah, hi Steve. Steve's not in yet, is he? I think you confused him for Stuart. Yeah. Yeah. It's nice to see you all in. Hey, we've got 7 people in. Nice to see you all in anyway. That's for sure. Yeah, I had a bit of an issue tonight coming on because it asked me to sign into YouTube and I didn't want to sign into YouTube. I should already be signed in. Yeah, it asked me to sign in. It was a pain in the ass. But we got there. Right, so let's see if we've got anything on the... Let's go back to the camera. We'll go back to the radios. Can we go to all cameras? Oh, we can, look. Hey, look, you can see little old me and my radios as well. Let's turn the volume up on the Yaesu. This is the FT450D. This one. So what we'll do, we'll have a wander around. We'll have a wander around and see. We're not going to go. We don't want to go up to 20. We don't want to go up to where 19. We're not allowed to use that on this radio anyway. We don't want to go up there. We don't want to go where all the swearing is. So, yeah. Seems to be dead on here tonight. Yeah, look at that. And that's low band. Or heading towards low band. Yeah. There's just nothing on it tonight, guys. Isn't that a shame? Let's just turn that down, or turn the squelch. And what we'll do, we'll have a look on here. That's an aeroplane. That's the airband. There's not much here. I mean, I'm not on the, what do you call it? I mean, I'm on the preset thing, but I don't think there'll be much anywhere. I generally tend to hang around the repeaters. We'll leave it on that for now and see if anything comes back on it, because we were there earlier. And yeah, I fell out of my bloody chair, didn't I, guys? And it didn't half hurt. Yeah. Nice to see the 450D still in use. A classic, yeah. I bought that, I got that off eBay. I bought that as a present to myself. Because I got some unexpected compensation, and I thought, well, I'll treat myself to an HF radio because I'm licensed. I'm allowed to use it. So, you know, I'm only an M6. I didn't do the full job. Didn't want to do the full job. But yeah, this camera here is usually the one that points straight down on the bench here. But I've discovered that it's a bit better to use this camera than to mess about trying to get the other one sorted. So we might find another position. Well, the other one really is for the test set. You know, I generally have that where the test set is. You know, that's usually pointed at the test set when I'm doing a repair or a service, you know, when it involves an alignment. You know, just so that people can't say when they get the radio back, if I do a radio for someone, they can't say, oh, well, it's not right. Well, of course it's right. The test set says it's right. You know? But yeah, next to me on here, I've got, for those who haven't seen, I'll give you a quick look. Yeah, we've got a President Lincoln Mark 1, which I bought from another one of our friends. I'll leave it in that position, we can see everything then. There's a realistic walkie-talkie behind us there. There we go. There we can see everything now. The 6900, that's plugged in but no aerial. You can't see it when it's lit up anyway, because the what do you call it? I think you can dim this, but I think you can. I can't remember, but you can't see the frequency display when it's on through the camera. If I adjusted the white balance, you probably could. The exposure, you probably could, because I have this set so I can adjust it. So I can manually adjust the exposure of the camera. But and it looks like I could do with another digger. No, look at that, another shave. Yeah, looks like I could do with another shave. Yeah, I bought the 450D as a present to myself. I thought, well, I want a new HF radio, and I've had a couple of Yaesu radios, and I like Yaesu radios. You know, I think Yaesu are the best radios you can get. You know, they're certainly on top of their game, and they're still going. You know, they're certainly. Let me go back to you lot. We'll grab a mouse and not a mic. Yeah, I got a good deal on my Yaesu. I got a good deal on my Yaesu. I did. I got a good deal on my Yaesu. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I got a good deal on it. And, you know, I didn't want anything. I mean, I had a good bit of money to spare, and I could have bought something bigger. You know, I could have gone for one of the bigger models, but I just didn't want anything too big on my bench. You know, I didn't want anything too big. While I'm on, guys, we might be pulling the homemade home base out in a few weeks, possibly a couple of months maybe, but we're going to be pulling it out again because we're going to be modernising the power supply, because my friend Graham over at Microchips has designed a really nice power supply. You just provide your own transformer and whatnot. Well, we've already got that. But he's actually done a really nice power supply for the Jumbo, and it will work in the home, but in the homemade home base, no problem. So we're going to purchase one of those, and we're going to do the build. We're going to do the modification on here, and you guys are going to get to see it. I've seen Graham do one, and it looks really good. Looks really good, and you know, nobody makes circuit boards like he does. You know, nobody does it the way he does it. You know, and you know, because he's a perfectionist. You know, I think he believes like I do. There's two ways. There's a right way and a wrong way, and he won't be satisfied unless it's absolutely spot on. It's got to be right. And good on you, Graham. Good on you. And I've had some of his boards in the past, and yeah, they're great. Very, very simple to deal with. Really great. And that's it, you see. So we're going to be putting one of them in the homemade home base. And you know, I need to do the caps on that as well, because the audio, the incoming audio, receive audio has gone very low. It's gone very quiet. and I think it's got a dodgy cap, so we need to replace some of the caps in that, and around the audio output chip. Replace. I know it's not the speaker because I've checked it, but when we do the power supply, we'll do that repair as well, and do it all in one night, or probably 2 episodes. We'll see how we go. But yeah, a lot of yous probably haven't seen the homemade home base, but there's no room in here for it. I've also under my bench here I've got a TriStar 747, and I've also got a President Grant. We did a quick once over on the President Grant a couple of weeks ago, and it's working. It's working pretty good. I mean, there are certain aspects of SSB that I can't do because I don't have a 2-tone generator, and it's something I need to get hold of. I know Graham Microchips built his own, so I might ask him for the recipe, and you know, if I say please, he may just give me the recipe. You know, and if I say an extra please, he might even print me a board up, and you know, so yeah, we'll see. But he's a lovely guy, and you know, he likes everything spot on, and if it's not spot on, it ain't happening, and that's the way I like things. I mean, you know, things have got to be right, guys. It's got to be right. If it ain't right, it ain't worth doing. You know, if you can't do it right, don't do it. I mean, simple. You know, I don't like things that are not right. I did a modification. It's just moved back over to you lot, over to the camera, or the camera. I did a modification on this President Lincoln, and it was a microchips modification I did. What he did, he moved the 2 transistors, the voltage regulators, from the circuit board where they were just soldered on and glued, onto the tray at the back just by drilling a couple of holes, and it extended the wires, and a couple of caps got replaced there as well. So anyway, I watched his video and I thought, what an interesting way of doing it. And the transistors don't get boiling hot now, they don't start boiling. So that's what I did. I did that, and you know, it's undoubtedly improved the reliability of the radio, because you know, the cooler you can keep things, the better. You know, I put an i7 processor in my computer I think it was either last week or the week before. I think it was last week. Was it last Thursday I did that? I can't remember. No, it was the Thursday before. I put a new, I think it was, I put a new processor, I put an i7 in, and I left it on for about after doing it, I left it on for about 4 hours. And I checked the processor, I turned it off quick, I turned it off, and I turned it back on straight away, and I hit the delete key to go into the BIOS. And I had a look at the processor temperature, and it didn't even get above 32 Celsius. I mean, lovely and cool. I mean, I put a nice big cooler on it with a fan, and you can't even hear the fan. It's that cool. It's that silent. I mean, I suppose when it gets to a certain temperature, then the fan will ramp up. But it's never got there yet. I've played games and everything on it, and it's never got there. And it flies, man. It flies. It's really good, because it did have an i3. It's had an i3 in it for years, and it's a bit long in the tooth. And I thought by putting an i7 in might make it Windows 11 compatible, but it's not. My processor's still not compatible with Windows 11. I mean, but I'm not bothered about that. As long as people keep updating Windows 10. I mean, Windows 10, although the official updates have stopped, they haven't really. If you pay Microsoft a certain fee, they'll update it still. You know? They'll update it, but all they do is send useless crap that you don't need anyway. I mean, if the machine works, what do you need to update it for apart from security issues? You know? I mean, I can probably make it work. Somebody will come up with a patch. Somebody will come up with a patch that'll patch the processor. Somebody will come up with something that'll do that. And the other thing is, it's just boot related. Just change a few settings in the BIOS relating to the boot security and stuff, and that would do it. Because this machine's the same, it has the same issues and same errors. But if Microsoft are going to be fussy about what processors they're going to allow us to use with their software, then I don't think it's worth bothering with. Leave what's working. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, these sort of things happen. But you know, but getting back to radio, which is what this is about, I did have 5 of those. Pardon me. I did have 5 of those realistic handhelds. These little fellas. Let's just show you. You know, these little fellas. I had 5 of these, and I kept this one, and I've also got the mic as well. You know, the external mic you could get. I've even got that. And this does work. I mean, the aerial's not up, but it does work. It does work. And you know, I need to move that to another place because it's in the way there, really. But that's got batteries in. It's quite heavy. I'll put it there. There we go. It's not in the way there. Right. Let's just check the chat. I'll get off you. There we go. Right, so yeah, nice to see the yeah, that's the last comment we had, wasn't it? Nice to see the 450D still in use. Absolutely. I mean, the 450D, it's getting on a bit, but it's not really an old radio. I did have an older one than that, which I sold to some friends of mine, which they've still got. And you know, yeah. I think it was an 840, FT840 or something, or 48, something daft like that. That I had. It was something daft. I can't remember what it was. It was a lovely little radio. It was about the size of that. Only had a mechanical VU meter for the signal and stuff. You know, it didn't have half the stuff that this has got. This has got speech processing and EQ and, you know, variable power and all sorts. That didn't it. You know, that I don't think it had variable power. Can't remember, but this has got variable power. You have to go in the menu to change it, but it's still there. But yeah, I did have a bit of nasty accident, guys. And this sort of things happen. Yeah, I think I've got sleep apnea, which is a medical condition. You know, when I'm sat here now, I can sit here and yap all night, and I won't fall asleep. But the minute I've stopped doing something, you know, I start doing something like relaxing, I just get relaxed and fall asleep. I mean, it doesn't happen if I'm doing a repair. If I'm doing a repair, I can sit there, no problem. You know, but, you know, and my doctor knows about it, you know, and they just generally don't give a shit these days, do they, at the end of it? Anyway, guys, you know what it means when I say anyway, don't you? Yeah, we're getting to the end now. I mean, we've tried a bit of radio, we've not been lucky tonight. I mean, sometimes we get really lucky and we get loads coming on. You know, we get loads of radio traffic. But it's just not been that way tonight, I'm afraid. And we have been up and down the banda once or twice, and there's not really much, you know, it hasn't really done much tonight. But hello, Clarence. What's the issue? Well, the issue is I fell out of my chair and nearly broke my fucking neck. That's the issue. But apart from that, yeah, we're not really getting a lot on the radios tonight. I mean, I'm on 555 on the Yaesu, on the big Yaesu there. We're on the Yaesu, we're on 555, and we're not really getting. There's, you know, we've been monitoring it for a bit, and nothing's been happening. You know, we've not really had much coming through. I've not turned the 6900 on because there's no aerial in it, and the Lincoln isn't even connected. It's just sat there. But you know, yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to do a shack video. It is. I like Yaesus. That's a nice Yaesu. Cheers. I do like Yaesus. You know, I didn't pay a lot for that. You know, well, I did and I didn't. I think I paid about 400 or 500 for it, and it came in the box. It came in the box and it looked like a brand new radio. It came in the box. Well, it still does. It came in the box, looked like a brand new radio, and it had 2 mics with it. Hang on a minute. I had 2 mics with it. Oh, excuse me, guys and girls. Those of you that have never been on before have just found out I'm a big fat dirty slob. But, whew, well, I'll tell you what. Crikey. I'll tell you what, guys. Ooh, more than 2 sniffs of that and you're greedy. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, more than 2 sniffs of that, you're greedy. But that being said, guys, we, you know, it's gone quiet upstairs now. I think she's put Little into bed. I mean, I shouldn't moan really. I don't really. I mean, I moan to myself, but I say I'm going to knock up there. I never do. And I wouldn't really, you know, but I just moan to myself. But yeah, she's lovely really, my neighbour. I get on alright with her. When you start not getting on with your neighbours, that's the time to worry. But, you know, I get on great. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Just come back to you lot. Where's my mouse? There it is. I'm going to call it a night, guys, because there's not really much happening. And we'll be in the workshop tomorrow. We'll be in the electronic workshop tomorrow. And we'll be doing something to do with Burn It Out Matthew. We're either going to do his radiogram, finish that off, or we're going to look at his 8-track or his ultra record player. You have a good weekend as well, Clarence, and the rest of you that can't get in on a Saturday, you all have a good weekend. And don't forget the karaoke is on Sunday on Vintage Audio Repair. We always do the karaoke on a Sunday. And you all take care, guys and girls. Look after yourself, stay warm, and stay safe. And if you've got a significant other half, my regards to them as well. I shall catch you later, my friends. You all take it easy. Good night, and like, share, subscribe, and buy me a coffee if you want to. I'll catch you later, guys. Bye for now.